What's up, everyone? It's Snooze here, and today I'll be teaching you all about the basics of Hacky Sack, how to play, what it is, and yeah. So, everyone should be receiving a package from Camp Kesem, and in it you should have a Hacky Sack, which kind of looks like this. Maybe not exactly like this, but like similar. Basically, they're all these sort of round, kind of ball-shaped objects that are filled with either beads or sand or something of that nature. You may notice also when you throw a hacky sack, it does not bounce like a traditional ball. This is because of what's inside. And basically, the point of hacky sack is to kick it back and forth with you and one or more people and keep it in the air for as long as possible. However, the main thing is to use anything other than your arms and your hands. This means you can use your chest, head if you want, feet, which is usually what you'll end up using, or your knees, or just any body part literally other than your hands. Now, to start off a game of hacky sack, simply pick up the hacky sack and toss it to a friend, family member, or whoever you're playing with. If you're playing with more than one other person, I would recommend you assemble into a circle before starting and then begin as you normally would. So just literally pick it up, toss it to somebody, maybe say their name beforehand, or just like, throw it. It doesn't really matter, as long as you have fun. And what you're going to do then is just simply chest the ball, control it with your chest, and then kick it back to them. Generally, when playing with my friends, our main rule is no self-serve. So that means you can't just drop it onto your foot and kick it to someone. The point is to like toss it to the other person, so then they can either kick it to you or to another player. When starting off to play hacky sack for like the first time, I recommend using shoes, preferably shoes that are a little bulkier, like boots, just because you want to have like more surface area for your feet so you can get comfortable with kicking the hacky sack because it is pretty small. But other than that, you can literally play in whatever shoes you want, or you can even play barefoot if you want. It's totally up to you. Now, to demonstrate the type of footwear associated with hacky sack and just how general game flows and how you can kick the hacky sack or approach the hacky sack, I will be showing a video I made with my friends Yo-Yo, Jazz, Patty, and Olaf. As you can see in this clip, no one is wearing the exact same shoes. In fact, Olaf has opted for some more boat-like shoes, while Jazz is wearing some Vans, and myself and Patty are wearing running shoes, and Yo-Yo is just wearing sneakers. So now that we've seen all the cool and fun footwear that you can wear while playing hacky sack, or you can even play barefoot because that is always an option, now we're going to explore the different ways of controlling the hacky sack. Like I mentioned, the three main ones you'll most likely end up using are using your chest, your thighs, or your feet. So the following clips will show just different ways of doing that and how it's done. So in this clip, we just see an absolutely breathtaking display of how to use the chest to control the hacky sack. In this clip, Olaf leans his body back just slightly so the hacky sack can come down, roll down to his foot, and make it easy for him to kick it again. The next clip we see Jazz use his knee to prop the hacky sack up and make it easy to return it. This is usually best done in the case that the hacky sack is at about waist height. Finally, we watch as Yo-Yo uses the inside of his foot to control the hacky sack and put it into a more comfortable position for himself. This is usually best done when the hacky sack is super low and in a position where you can't really hit it with one touch. Lastly, I will be talking about how you can kick the hacky sack to return it to another player. As I mentioned, you can use any part of your body other than your hands and arms, but I will be focusing on the three different ways you can return the hacky sack using your feet. This means you can use the inside of your foot, the outside of your foot, and the middle sort of laces sort of area of your foot. First, we have Patty using the inside of his foot to kick the hacky sack back. This is usually the most easy and traditional way to kick the hacky sack. Next, we've got myself demonstrating how to use the laces. This is usually a better technique used when trying to kick the hacky sack a longer distance. Lastly, we see how Jazz uses the outside of his foot to kick the hacky sack. This technique is not as often used, but is good for when the hacky sack is far to your side. Just as a quick mention, I would like to say that me and my friends usually when we do play, we'll pick a random number to go up to and try to get that many kicks of the hacky sack before we start playing. So for example, we might say 10 kicks and then we'll stop. Otherwise, there are certain terms such as hack and double hack that are used to reference how many times everyone has touched the hacky sack. A hack is when everybody in the circle has successfully kicked the hacky sack at least one time. A double hack is the same, except it's when everybody in the circle has successfully kicked the hacky sack twice. Now that I've shown you different ways to control and kick the hacky sack, I'm going to show you quick gameplay footage with me and my friends. You'll notice that we're all standing in a circle because there's quite a few of us, but also that we make a lot of mistakes and we can be silly at times. This is because the main point of Hacky Sack is to just have fun and share a moment with your friends and family. You may also notice that at times we may do a silly thing where we clap above our head. This is because we made up a rule among each other that if the hacky sack goes into the middle of the circle, we all sort of clap above our head and call it a campfire. I encourage you to make similar rules with your friends and family and make them as silly, as fun as you want to make the game more unique to your experience. Remember, the most important part of Hacky Sack is to just have fun and share a moment with your friends. So thank you to everyone who has watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new about Hacky Sack. I also hope that you guys are able to have a lot of fun with your new Hacky Sack and make a lot of cool memories with it because they're honestly so fun. Make sure to play with your friends, family, or whatever. And I hope you guys have a great time at camp. Bye!